Hello! Today we are going to make sourdough bread together in an easy and quick way. I will add a little yeast. To ensure its success, I can make pizza and small sandwiches. For easy slicing of the bread, it should be left for 4 hours after baking. Honestly, the feeling after successfully completing the baking process is indescribable. We need to carefully prepare the dough starter now. A day before, I mentioned it in my ebook, Akbaz, in detail. This dough should be soft, slightly loose, and pliable. We place it in the fridge to chill and rest until the next day. This step is essential to ensure the bread's overall success. The following day, we carefully add the precise amount of flour. It should be mixed together if you prefer using both whole wheat and white flour. And we add approximately 3/4 of a tablespoon of active dry yeast. And water at 40 degrees Celsius. We leave it covered for 10 minutes until the foam forms, and this is a sign. The yeast's success is crucial for its effective use. Then we add a teaspoon and 1/4 of salt. Then, we carefully place the dough starter in the bowl, the leftover dough. The mixer is being operated. The kneading process typically lasts between 3 to 4 minutes, starting at a low speed. Then set it to medium, and then return it to low. We add water as needed for the dough consistency. When the dough does not stick at all to the sides of the bowl, this is a sign that the kneading time is complete. We carefully fold it by hand just like this. Just fold, and place it in the fermentation bowl where ingredients blend. We cover it well and leave it for 3 hours. And this is how it looks after a total of 3 hours of work. We take a medium-sized bowl filled with a little water and gently dip the hand in it. And we carefully and slowly fold the dough like this from the outer edges inward to the center. We place the fingers in the water. Then we carefully scrape the dough mixture. And we go to the center. We flip it over and allow it to rest covered for a full 30 minutes to enhance its flavor. And this is the shape after the first 30 minutes. We repeat this entire process 3 times in total. And we must also not neglect of this. The movement and manipulation of the dough are essential, as this is what ultimately provides it with the desired texture and final shape. Making bread at home requires a bit of a challenge, yet the rewarding feeling of creating something delicious is truly unmatched. The final result of successful bread? All the fatigue he has during the process of preparing bread goes away. This is now the 3rd time we are doing it in the exact same way, continuing with the soaking process as before, dipping our fingers into the water and gently folding the dough toward the center. The dough should be soft, not stiff. Just a simple wipe with water, and we can easily cover this time without any hassle. After the 3rd time, we leave it for an hour to rise. We do the dough division. We must pay attention. Initially, we set it for 30 minutes. The last time, we decided to leave it for a full hour. We do the cutting and carefully shape it this way. We want to create a delicious, large sourdough bread loaf. 2 large balls and 1 small one for the pizza. We place it in a bowl with the wax paper, sprinkled with flour. This is the second piece. And we cover it until tomorrow in the fridge. But we will make the famous sourdough with the large piece. We carefully fold it a little bit without leaving any noticeable gaps, just fold it neatly. And shape it this way until it disappears. The flat surface where the dough has gathered together. We transfer it to a bowl using a kitchen towel that is lightly sprinkled with flour. And we sprinkle it with flour as well and cover it. Well, until air should not enter from the fridge into the dough mixture. The surface becomes dry. Then we put it in a plastic bag and place it in the refrigerator until the next day. This is how it looks the very next day. We preheat the oven to 220 degrees from both the top and bottom elements. We carefully transfer it onto smooth parchment paper. Then we make. The cracks should be somewhat deep, 1/2 inch. These slits are to prevent. When the bread forms a single mass, the air gathers inside it, becoming one mass. Here we have done. We heated the pot, the iron crust, and we placed the bread in it. We carefully put it in the preheated oven. The oven must be hot when placing the pot inside for cooking. It takes 30 minutes, and a pot with a little water should be placed at a temperature of 220 to 220.